design menus. Yeah,
So it is important to go
it
to
is
culinary school.
important. It is important to
Okay.
go to school.
Mm. And then coming up with your own thing.
Yeah, yeah. So that's my new baby. Um, a dessert specialist
Mm.
because I design my own menus for desserts. I don't follow like recipes from school, all those. I just create something and I come with something very nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I think, yeah, I always call myself I'm a dessert specialist.
Mm.
Yeah.
We keep telling you, check out Metro FM SA on the socials and see how beautiful, firstly, the presentation is. And I guess you can taste the picture if you can as well. Lick it.
No, they
Lick
can't. They will
it.
not be able to.
Before we say goodbye, I
Yes.
know our government, our president is focusing on women being part of the economy.
Mm-hmm.
The entrepreneurship has to come out of the woman, and he wants to show big support for women.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it's not easy to be an entrepreneur, your own business person,
Yeah,
as
yeah,
a woman.
yes.
There are other women that want to start their own businesses as well. Just a quick word of advice for them to how to start their dream.
Um, Firstly, I can advise all the women out there that you can do it.
Hmm.
Yeah, you can do it, but I think you must have a lot of support from family. Um, family, family must make sure that they give you all the support they can
Okay.
give you.
Yeah.
It's not easy, but you can do it. You can do it. You can start your own thing. Yeah.
It's possible, no?
It is possible, Thomas. It is possible. You can do it. I know.
Mm.
Just push. They must push until they
Eh.
Until
come
it
up big.
happens, because it
Yeah,
will happen
yeah, it
eventually.
do happens. It do happens. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Chef
Yeah.
Anati, sorry, Junior Chef Anati, not Justin. Please, will you help teach my daughter, she's 8 now, how to cook? Because she needs to get into business now. I need to start making money from her now.
Not
She must
so
pay for her
many.
own
Okay?
school fees.
You will teach her, okay? You promise?
Yeah,
Okay. So how much do you charge? Because I know my child also needs to charge the same amount.
150.
Is it
Day.
150 per day?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, per day per student. You are making money.
Yeah.
Do you have a bank account?
Yes.
Do you put the money in your bank account, or do you use it
I put it.
in your bank account and you save it
Yes.
so you can grow your business, right?
Yeah.
Smart baby.
Anati, between you and me, SABC doesn't have money. We haven't been paid.
Ah, Thomas.
Cela nje 100 rand schon. Weekends around the corner, 100 rand schon.
No.
Wow.
That's my girl. That's my girl.
We're
Thank
broadcasting
you.
live from Newtown. Hey, you know, it's amazing out here, man. AM Studios, more coming up. Yes?
I wanted to find out from.
This is South Africa.
Okay, not anymore.
SABC are proud to present
Later.
The top 25 finalists for 2019. To vote for your favorite SABC3 Viewers' Choice finalist, visit the SABC3 Facebook page to select your favorite. Then SMS hashtag SABC3 with the name and surname of the finalist you want to vote for to 35959. By voting for your favorite, you stand a chance to win a VIP red carpet experience to the grand finale. Competition closes Monday, 4 November 2019. T's and C's apply. SMSs cost R3 per SMS and free SMSs do not apply. Mrs. South Africa, proudly brought to you by SABC3.
It's more than just a smartphone. The new Huawei Nova 5T pushes the boundaries of style and functionality. With its advanced 48 megapixel 4 AI rear cameras, opulent design, and super big memory, it raises the bar for the content creators on the move. Pre-order the Huawei Nova 5T and get a free Huawei Watch GT. Go to huaweipromo.co.za. Limited to the first 500. T's and C's apply. The new Huawei Nova 5T. Nova is you.
If you are 55 years or older, open a NetBank electronic 12-month Optimum Plus investment account on the NetBank Money app or at netbank.co.za and get a preferential rate of up to 7.65% interest just for doing it digitally. Plus, get access to your funds after 12 months without any hassle. It's convenient and secure. NetBank is an authorized FSP and registered credit provider. T's and C's apply. See money differently. NetBank.
Dinner Date is coming back to South Africa. Tired of eating alone? Don't worry, this is your chance to find a love connection. Dinner Date South Africa is the hit dating show where people find true love through the love of good food. You don't have to be an amazing cook to join us. You just need to be single and open to going on some deliciously exciting blind dates. If you're 21 or over and reside in Gauteng, then submit your application online at dinnerdatesa.co.za. Entries close 4th of November.
T's and C's apply.
Check out Metro FM in the dictionary. Right next to it, the biggest commercial radio station in South Africa. We're going nowhere. We're here to stay. We're here with you, now and forever. Amen. Metro FM. It's where you're at.
Trying to get it out of your mind, trying to leave those things behind. Feels like you wanna run away on iron shoes. Wanna get that weight off your back, wanna ease the strain on your neck. You're standing on a crossroad, what shall you choose? Hardly feel what you've been through. Steal your tears to me are no taboo. Cause when you cry, it hurts me too. I can't say I've been in your shoes, but I would love to bring some good news. Cause when you cry, it hurts me too. I'm your friend when you feel
Sanbonani. Molweni. Aibo, Molweni. You guys are a bit cold, man. Come on, give me love. Oh, it's hot there. Oh, so I'm in the shade. Oh, okay, all right. Okay, fine. Let's do this. I've got eager beavers here. Hello, live streaming. My name is Bandile Mgoma. Just note that as much as like 100 of us here, there's thousands behind those cameras. So we're live streaming at All Mutual SA, and we are on Metro simultaneously as well. So yeah, we've got exciting entertainment, and it's just entertainment for the sake of it. We've got a legend, Tsepo Tshola, with us. And we've got Tresor with us as well. So they'll be giving us a collab. So they'll be giving us one song. And thereafter, Tsepo Tshola will just mesmerize us for 2 songs. Tresor will come back on and do his thing as well. So, in case you don't know, we're at Empt Studios by Old Mutual. And this is a venue that is available for the creative people out there. So if you're a creative and you haven't been, please come make use of our studio. It's available, no cover charge, but please keep it clean as you found it. Free Wi-Fi, there's caffeinated coffee happening there. And there's a studio, state-of-the-art studio for those that want to use it. And the creative industry, people who are into graphic design, we've got what we call graphic stations. So you're more than welcome to come through. All we need is your name, surname, and we don't need your blood type, you know. We just want your contact details so that we can tell you what's happening as and when. So Empt Icon Hero Conversation, which is what we're going to have today, is a conversation between Untate Tsepo Tshola, who's been in the industry for 50 years, and Tresor as well. So they're going to share their life stories with us, hey? But there's an underlying thing. This is education for the sake of it. So, now, can we have a big hand for Tsepo Tshola and Tresor?
Hello, how you doing? Bonjour.
putsile matsoho o shebile banna ha ba sebetsa wema o putsile matsoho o shebile banna ha ba sebetsa wema Welema, welele mama, welele mama, welele mama, welema, welele mama, welele mama, welele mama, welema, welele mama, welele mama, welele mama.
Firstly, I think we had to look at the balance because we are playing back-to-back against Ghana and Sudan, and I think we had to have flexibility in terms of our tactical strategy going into this match, because if you look at it...
When there's darkness in my life, confusion and pain everywhere, you shine your light and everything turns black, and I begin to live again. When there's darkness in my life, excuse us. The recording, we have to stop so that they can get it right. Apologies.
Final, and I'm saying to the coach, the staff, and everybody, all the best of luck to the Springboks. You have done it before. You can easily bring the cup back home, and we'll all celebrate the South Africans. And good luck to the team.
Coach, thank you so much for giving us a little bit of your time right here on Metro FM, and looking forward to more that you had to say with our journalists having picked up on the conference a little bit earlier on. For Metro FM Sports, I'm Lebo Mutswedi.
Yes, he is here, Mr.
Malume!
We have been looking forward to this day, and we are so excited that you're just as happy to be here.
Yo, I've made it. I've made it
You
to center stage.
have.
Finally.
Yeah.
I've been seen as a performer.
What do you mean, finally?
Like I'm a DJ, so you know this performing thing. I haven't been doing it a lot. So
Yes.
if I made it to center stage, that means
You've made it.
you know I'm one of the best performers in SA. Why not?
Tira,
Yeah.
are you okay, Chamem? Mashai Bodile, why are you DJing?
Hey, I nearly lost my eye.
You nearly lost your eye.
Yeah, I nearly lost my eye. No, I'm okay. I'm stronger than that.
Thomas Msengana and Pearl on Metro FM. Center Stage. Center Stage. Where music is the only language of joy. Tuesdays on lunch with Thomas and Pearl. Thomas and Pearl. Center Stage. Center Stage. Where music is the only language of joy. Tuesdays on lunch with Thomas and Pearl. Thomas and Pearl.
All right, if you're at AM Studios right now, visit Metro FM's Facebook page.
When the wretchedness comes out when Gom comes.
No, but I'm ratchet though. I just have to compose myself as Metro.
You're a singer.
TD, can you hear me?
Every time you sing it to yourself, maybe do it 50 times. What's the song?
Nkulunkulu uthando lakho kithi nabantu lukhulu wanikela ngendodana haleluya siyabonga.
TDK Makassette.
Thomas Msengana and Pearl on Metro FM. Center Stage. Center Stage. Where music is the only language of joy. Tuesdays on lunch with Thomas and Pearl.
Alrighty, the time has come. If you're not at AM Studios in Newtown Junction right now, visit Metro FM's Facebook page to video stream the show right now. We are going into a performance that we have been waiting for. It is, of course, by the legendary music maestro, a man that needs no introduction, Tsepo Tshola.
There's a light shining bright, sparkling like the morning star. It brings that dawn and then the morning that makes me want to leave again. When there's darkness in my life, confusion and pain everywhere, you shine your light and everything turns bright, and I begin
sun in the winter time, warm up all my night and day. You bring me joy and happiness and take away my misery. When there's no one that I can tell all my troubles, you are always there. I can depend on you to take away my sorrows and dry all my tears away. So shine your light into my life. Let me find my way. Shine your light into my life. Let me find my way to you. You bring hope where there is despair. When there's suffering, you bring relief. Every soul that's broken down, you repair. You bring faith where there is no belief. And I know you can heal the sick. You can even raise the dead. When the earth is dry, you give it water. With lightning and thunder in the rain. Oh, your light is always shining through. So shine your light into my life. Let me find my way. Shine your light into my life. Let me find my way. Shine it, shine your light to my life, and let me find my way. Shine your light to my life. Let me find my way. Shine your light to my life. Let me find my way to.
That what Tsepo Tshola doing his thing. What a response from the crowd here in Newtown Amp Studios. It is such an amazing environment out here. Let's find out exactly what it's all about. Tsepo Tshola,
Make your money work harder for you with an Old Mutual Money account. It's the card that lets you invest in a unit trust every time you spend. Just set, swipe, and automatically save. Simple. Welcome to the smarter way to save and manage your money every day. Sign up online today or visit any Old Mutual retail branch or SMS apply to 44964. The time is now to make your money work for you with the Old Mutual Money account.
For the third year, Clover Crush is giving away 20,000 pairs of school shoes to underprivileged school children. With your support, we're sharing the goodness and changing students' lives. Every Crush 100% fruit juice you buy will help this initiative, as well as giving you a chance to win your share of 500,000 Rand in cash. Grab a Crush.
Get money smart. Get rewarded with points to reinvest or spend at any of our partners. Amplify your everyday by signing up to Old Mutual Rewards today.
It's winning millions in prizes just by doing the things that I love 24 summer.
It's watching the game, Namachita.
It's selfie vibes with the squad 24 summer.
It's cash money, baby.
Win 24 summer. With Cell C, everyone's a winner when you buy a bundle. Buy and stay connected to win. Dial *147# or go online now. T&Cs apply. Cell C. Connect your way.
Live from coast to coast and to the world at metrofm.co.za. Metro FM, it's where you're at.
Studios by Old Mutual, still buzzing on a Tuesday afternoon. Center stage, special performance. Can we bring Utadu Tsepo Tshola back on stage? Tata, do your thing.
Tata Tsepo, thank you. Isn't that epic? Very epic. There are voices and there are voices. Yeah, and that was a voice, eh? Yeah, and Tata Tsepo Tshola, thank you very much. We're going to have Tresor, and Tresor will be giving us 2 songs back to back. And there are a certain number of people that I'm going to ask to start making their way inside the M studio after Tresor's first song. So, please do not leave when you see other people leave here. Stay behind. So after Tresor's first song, I would like you to go back inside, those that are due for the Amped Icon Hero conversation. So, without wasting any much of your time, can I ask you to give a warm welcome to Tresor, please?
Was one of those singing in the background. Zo is on.
It's really great to be here today. My name is Tresor. And if you know the next song, I'd love to hear you sing out very loud. All right? You'll hear it. You'll hear it. I'd love to hear you guys sing it very loud. You guys ready? All right. Are you guys ready, yeah? Thank you very much. It's been really great, yeah?
Center stage. Music is the only language of joy.
And it is the language of choice that we're talking about. It is time for the Amped Icon Hero conversation. Much love has to go out to, what's his name again?
He is a multi-award winning and platinum selling singer-songwriter and producer, Tresor.
I love the way you say that, man.
Ibrogo.
Tresor, Lando, man. Center stage proudly brought to you by Old Mutual. And by the way, since we are at AMP Studios, you know the Facebook page is up. Metro FM's Facebook page is up. Be part of the conversation. Use the hashtag AMP Studios. Say hi to our guests again, Pearly.
Also, just a reminder that you can video stream live and be a part of the action if you're not at AMP Studios right now. You can also WhatsApp us to be a part of the action next time on 0817076636 to keep updated as well on what's happening at AMP Studios by Old Mutual. It is that time, like you mentioned. It's the Icon Hero conversation with the legendary Ndate Tsepo Tshola and multi-award winning and platinum selling artist, singer-songwriter, Tresor. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Really great to be here. It's such an honor to be alongside Tate. And really, it's a great honor to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, how was that performance for you?
Fun. was really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I just got off stage, so I'm still kind of trying to catch my breath.
Okay, well, let's leave you alone for now.
Yeah, right.
We're talking about the business of music, Ntate Tsepo Tshola. You've been at it for a very long time. What has kept you, or rather kept you at it for so long?
I wish I knew. I think the most things I would say helped me go through was the love of what I'm doing. Music for me, it's not just performing. It heals me. Even when I'm sick, at times I take a walk and just sing loud, and I feel better. Going back to the finances, you know, I grew up with different people that managed me. And even today, I never got a manager. I just found looters. You know, they were just amazing looters. They would come to you, and they've got beautiful faces, some of them. They've got wonderful voices, but the money goes. You don't see a cent of it. You'll find a piece of it if you are lucky. You know, and I think what kept me going was the belief that, and the wanting to learn from the wrongs, you know. Today I handle my own business. Nobody else will touch anything else. Next year I'll be 50 years in the music industry. And it's through all those pains, you know, of those people who come and kill musicians. I think I would say to young musicians, wake up. Wake up, do things, go and learn how to deal with your finances. Go and learn the business yourself, you know, and do things for yourself. If you are not capable of dealing with that, learn to know and find out, dig deep, who is your manager? What does he know or she knows? You know, and what's her reputation or his reputation in the industry? Otherwise, you're going to find lots of fly-by-nights. They're all over the place, and they'll always be there. So keep on learning and find out. Do your researches, because your talent is a multi-billion gift from God that you must protect.
Round of applause for that, that's for sure. Dr. Tsepo, you know, I don't want us to romanticize what you've just gone through. 50 years is no child's play. And put it in context, your 50 years is half apartheid, other half a freedom artist, a free artist. And it's a different way of thinking about life. In the apartheid first half of your career, you were about survival. The music that you're about, revolutionary. It's about the content that you're writing about then. The business side of things wasn't a priority for you then in the beginning because you were just trying to survive as a musician from gig to gig, and being a black musician was not easy. So, take us through the difficult times that you went through as an artist back then, because back then, could you have a bank account? Did apartheid say, go ahead? Did you even think about having a bank account, for example?
Thank you. Thank you, Tigos. I remember the first time I heard my voice on radio. Let me start there. I was walking the streets of Lesotho, and I jumped with joy when I heard my voice on radio. It was playing at a shop outside. And I jumped into a small little dish of water. And from there, I was sneaking out of the public people to go and look for a cardboard to put in my shoe, because my shoes were torn. There was nothing underneath. But I was excited hearing my voice on the radio. And I would, if I had money, I would pay just to go and be on stage.
Wait, say that again. I don't think we heard you properly. Say that again.
If I had money then, I would have paid just to hear myself on radio. or to be on stage. You know, and that's the kind of love I have for music. Bank account, what is that? You know, you wouldn't even think of a bank account. Yesterday I was talking to Tresor. He was telling me about his plans and everything else, the business. I said, wow, son, you're blessed. You're blessed. Go and teach other young people. You know what I mean? Because I mean, during the apartheid days, man, it was rough. I mean, I personally was banned in South Africa. You know what I mean? We came here with a band called Uhuru, and we were banned in South Africa for singing Africa Shall Unite. You know, and it was difficult, I mean, let alone money. Because even promoters, they would go, you pack up the hall, and then they give you 20 rand and say, ah, well done, Fanagit. You know, and that's how it was. I mean, I think I saw a bank account some 20 years ago. The 30 years, it was just hand to mouth, you know. I'm only beginning to enjoy buying different kinds of pairs of shoes today.
We can tell. Nice shoes.
And you know what, Thomas, while we admire Tsepo Tshola's shoes, can we go to Mel quickly for news before we come back? Mel, take it away.
Mel.
There's Mel. Yeah, you forgot about her. No, you forget.
Make your money work harder for you with an Old Mutual money account. It's the card that lets you invest in a unit trust every time you spend. Just set, swipe, and automatically save. Simple. Welcome to the smarter way to save and manage your money every day. Sign up online today or visit any Old Mutual retail branch or SMS apply to 44964. The time is now to make your money work for you with the Old Mutual money account.
Tresor. Utata Tsepo spoke about your business plans. I've heard you've got like amazing plans, not just in South Africa, on the continent too. Must I expose what you are planning on? What are you working on? A hospital in DRC. He's planning on building a hospital in the DRC.
That is
guys.
impressive.
Come on, man. But give us a breakdown of what Tresor, the brand, is all about. Where you want to take it.
Thank you so much. For me, I don't see no limits, and I want to take it as far as it can ever go globally. I think I've been very blessed to be in the presence of Bright Hugh Masekela and other really African legends, and it's always amazing to see how far they took it, and I feel like we, the new generation, myself included, we have that dare to take it to the new level, next level. We have much better platforms, also just tools, and that's where I'm taking it. So for me, it's like global domination.
No, elaborate on the global domination, Joe. Business plan, come on,
yeah,
inspire us.
Like for me, as an artist, there are so many ways I think we can be able to impact the culture globally. I'm an artist, very much interested in many things, including finances, investments, property, and I'm already active in those areas. So I get my money primarily from music, from writing songs, from publishing, and I've managed to put a good team of people around me, be consultants and accountants that help me and advise me on where to put the money right, because I'm very passionate about legacy and building lifelong wealth.
Mm. Talk about wealth. Tsepo Tshola, we were talking to John Manyike from Old Mutual earlier on, and he spoke about creating a balance between health and wealth. Have you made any health decisions that affected your wealth, either where you were then or in the long run?
Well, maybe some of these things we are only knowing about them today because we're busy trying to put in 20,000 rand in your account from every show, putting in 10 rand, 20 rand, 30 rand, so that we can grow, you know. And the policies as well, most of them, you have to pay monthly. But we only get five months a year. You know, the other months, you know, you forfeit your insurance because you jump the other months, you don't pay for them, you know, because we live from hand to mouth, you know. And right now, the best thing that I did, you know, earlier was to invest into things that might help my children and the young coming generations to grow. Like I'm building up a studio in Lesotho in the mountains, you know. I already have a few horses right now, goats, you know, and you can come to my place and ride a horse. And I think, you know, because of the environment, you know, it becomes difficult for some of the people. I mean, we all come from different environments. I mean, if you see my country in Lesotho, you know what I mean? That environment needs more help in this industry more than any other place. Because there is so much talent in Lesotho, but we don't have no infrastructure, we don't have no facilities, we don't have nothing. I mean, literally nothing, not even a nightclub. It's sad, but we don't even have a nightclub in Lesotho. So all these other things, somebody else like me has to start something for the other young musicians to take it from me and start building. I mean, even inviting some of the young people in Lesotho, come, let's partner and build up a studio. I've already spoken to John here to bring the same kind of thing in Lesotho. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, you know, look, some people have better facilities. You know what I mean? We need to help each other. We got to go global. We got to go Africa. You know what I mean? The talent in Lesotho, you know, it will spring into Swaziland, Botswana, you know, or DRC, all over the country. I mean, the continent. You know, we need to help each other. My cry right now is we need to help each other, hold each other's hands, young and old, and kill the scourge of complaints, toying all this time, musicians dying poor, and all those other things. They're simple things. We must stop complaining and start holding each other's hands and build ourselves. Nobody else is going to do it for us. Nobody. We need to do it ourselves.
Amen. Amen. Dr. Tsepo, I'm going to ask you this with all due respect. I've been in the industry, not 50 years, but I've experienced mine as well. And I've seen the flip side of the industry where I've seen lots of artists come and go. And it seems like it's the same pattern. 5 years, and then you go, whatever happened to one mind? And in those 5 to 7 years, they are living their best lives. Let me translate. How do you say best lives for like they are?
He gets it.
Oh, he gets it.
Oh,
Okay.
no. He
Best
gets
life
it.
means like kumnandi netata. So I'm worried that because of this wave of up and down, it's the same mistakes artists are making. The drugs, the alcohol, the girls, those bad influences. Once there's easy money, 50,000 rand, you don't know how to use that money because it's just come to you. Those influences, how do we deal with them thinking about your money first and not about the bad influences?
I don't know about other people. Excuse me. The pressure in our industry is overwhelming. Young musicians come, he gets his first check. The first thing he thinks of is this pressure he's in. You know what I mean? Of people expecting that you are now a superstar. So you are expected to dress like this. You know what I mean? We are going to a hotel. You are expected to go to a better hotel. You know, instead of a hotel that you could comfortably sleep in. You know, you normally drink Savannah. You want to drink Johnny Walker Blue. You know, all of a sudden, just that pressure alone diverts you from focusing because we don't even have elders that have, you know, we need workshops. You know what I mean? Help these other young artists. We throw the blame to them. You know, we blame drugs. We blame alcohol. Why don't we blame the upbringing? Why don't we blame the upbringing? Teach these children that when you are under pressure, my child, slow down. Come, let's rebuild again.
But Ntate, when you were new in the industry, did you succumb to those pressures? When you were new in the industry, when you were still starting out, did you succumb to those pressures? Is that why you know what not to do or what to say to new upcoming artists?
I've been one of the biggest victims.
Drugs and alcohol.
There's nothing I have never done.
Yeah.
It took me a long time to get out of it. You know? Yes, today I still have my little drink, but I changed from whiskey to gin.
Guys, ah.
You, but it's those little changes that slows you down, you know? Because you end up saying, I'm not going to join that group of whiskey drinkers because they're too expensive, man. You know, and they expect you to buy a most expensive bottle, and when they finish your bottle, they go and drink store back there. You know, and you stay with the bills, you stay with everything else. You are under this pressure because the people are expecting you. You are a superstar. They're expecting you to be having all these monies in the world. I'm a victim of that, my dearest.
Yeah.
You know, and it takes a long time.
Yeah.
You know, instead of going to rehabs, let these record companies be educational. Let these other institutions be educational. I will sign you only if you can go by these rules. No drugs, no alcohol. You know what I mean? I will book you on this show, provided I don't see no one drunk on my stage. You know what I mean? We need to put these rules and be more strict. You know what I mean? So we can grow. We can't be sitting back and point the finger, oh, look at him, he's drunk. Look at him, he's smoking dope. Look at, you know, wait a minute. Let us do this. I said this again. Let's do it ourselves. Let's draw a plan of how we can succumb all these problems that we are facing. They are not going to stop unless we do something about it.
Oh, show some love for that one. More coming up after this.
Make your money work harder for you with an Old Mutual money account. It's the card that lets you invest in a unit trust every time you spend. Just set, swipe, and automatically save. Simple. Welcome to the smarter way to save and manage your money every day. Sign up online today or visit any Old Mutual retail branch or SMS apply to 44964. The time is now to make your money work for you with the Old Mutual money account.
Get money smart. Get rewarded with points to reinvest or spend at any of our partners. Amplify your everyday by signing up to Old Mutual Rewards today.
And you know on a Tuesday, AM Studios by Old Mutual is the place to be in Newtown, Johannesburg. By the way, this conversation is about to end because, you know, the King Suite is coming through at 3 o'clock. We've got Tatu, Tsepo Tshola, and Tresor on center stage today. You can carry on with this conversation by getting onto the Metro FM Facebook page. By the way, Tresor, would you ever, my friend, you know poverty. You know poverty. Would you ever be broke again? You will never be in that position again, will you?
I'll make sure I don't, because I've made quite a lot of financial mistakes. I mean, I was very fortunate. I made a couple millions with my first album because I had great songs overseas, and I lost most of it because I made some bad financial decisions. And I'm a firm believer that you need to learn from your lessons and do better next time. And what I'm working for now is about generational wealth, not just for myself, for my family and the people that I believe in, and the youth, African youth in general. And for me, I think working about, talking about money and building finances is not just about myself, but rather impacting the people around me. So I'm trying to make sure I don't ever test poverty again, but also the people around me also don't start to get out of it.
Yeah, man. Tresor, I hear from a little bird. I don't know how true this is.
You're right.
I don't know why I'm exposing your business, my friend. I hear that you're willing to take on a gig less amount of money for your gig to build a better relationship with the client so you can work on other things with this client. Give me a breakdown of this plan of yours.
Big time. I think for me, I was having a conversation this morning. I'm working on a brand endorsement, quite a big one. And first of all, I love to be involved in every area of my career, the finances, because I'm the business. You get what I mean? So you have to understand you are the business, so you have to take yourself seriously. So for me, I see value in relationships more than anything. So if you're supposed to pay me, let's say 100 Rand or 100,000 Rand, I'll rather take 60,000 Rand and the 40 I'm going to invest in whatever that we're trying to do. So, and for me, longevity and longer relationships actually earn you more benefits, more results. It's not about right now, I gotta eat right now, I gotta have right now, and it's all about building for a long time. So you're always gonna have a vision financially and also just business-wise that is really projects for years to come, and that for me, that's how I survive. I mean, you make good money now and then work for a few months, sometimes 3, 4, 5 months, but I'm always chilled because I know that I've always planned my finances right.
That is so smart. That is so smart. Well, unfortunately, on radio, the conversation ends, but it does continue on the Metro FM Facebook page as well as Old Mutual's Facebook page. So stream us live there. Our live audience is lucky enough to be able to ask both Ntate Tsepo Tshola and Tresor some questions. As we say goodbye, you're about to hear a musical performance, 2 generations, 2 legends on one stage. Live on center stage. Please put your hands together for Ntate Tsepo Tshola and Tresor.
Yes, Masambe Chomam. Let's hear the song. So guys, Tata, we heard the song's nice. So now we're on Facebook, right? Here's an opportunity that you have to ask them some questions. I'm sure you do have. Just put up your hand and then I'll come to you. Before I get to your questions, Tresor, we didn't get a chance to talk about it on air.
All right.
My friend, please give me a breakdown of how you got to South Africa, because people think that you got onto your private jet and came here, or maybe used SAA. No. Give us a breakdown of your story, how you got to our country.
Man, I think sometimes I felt I've told the story so many times, but man, I'm so blessed. I'm grateful, and I'm really, really humble. First, I look at the journey and how far my journey has taken me to where I am, and I'm always humbled by it myself, because I look at life and I see there are no limits when you imagine and when you have the willingness to go wherever you. I come from a very small town called Goma in Congo. You must go Google it. It's a beautiful place, but also that I've seen some of the most craziest atrocities, be it wars and child soldiers. And like I grew up around the Rwandan genocide. I was about 8 years old. So we saw some of the most horrible atrocities that ever committed to humankind. And I grew up around that environment. When I was about 17, I lost both my parents. And I finished high school, so I decided that, look, this city is too small for me, and I gotta look for a better place to try to express my talent and my creativity. And also, I feel like there need to be somebody where I come from, because it's so small, to kind of shift the narrative of youth that you can do anything, whatever that you put in your head and your imagination. So I left my hometown by bus, went to Rwanda, Burundi, Tanzania, and from there, I caught the horrible journey because I got robbed. I lost my passport. So I started traveling, like literally illegally, from Malawi, squatting whether in buses and walking between parks. So a lot of national parks in Malawi and Mozambique, swimming in rivers at night, not to be caught. Some of them had crocodiles in it, and I end up in South Africa about 3 months later. It's normally 4 hours flight, so it took about 3 months. I was very young. I got here at the back. I went through a border post called Manguzi, which is Mozambique side, at the back of a little, it's called Bantam Baki, small Baki, and about 15 of us squashed in the back. I got dropped at a place called the Warwick Junction in Durban. I'm sure you guys know it. I remember being so lost and looking like very, very, very dirty because I haven't showered like in weeks, and my clothes were torn from the running and rivers and all the great stuff was happening. And that's how I got to South Africa, and from there I knew what I wanted to do, and I kept focused from the time I landed my foot in Durban and worked as a car guard, as a security guard, as a gardener. That was very horrible gardener. I used to mow the cable all the time. It's very horrible, on the real though. But I really got to build great relationships, and it's always been a dream of mine to be an artist and also build a business and venture to other things, and I'm really grateful to be here. And man, I think we're just getting started.
Sure. Doesn't that sound like a movie? I think like one of your music videos should be that, your journey to South Africa. You swimming in the river and crocodiles are there lurking around waiting for you.
Actually, crazy enough, these actually talks with some Hollywood producers about possible movies. So maybe, who knows, maybe in the next, there'll be a few talks. So, yeah.
But there's my problem right there. Why does Hollywood have to tell your story? Our story.
Yeah, of course. So personally for me, like I'm very passionate about Africa, like everything about Africa, very, very extremely. Like in fact, it's crazy. Like I'm very passionate about Africa. So, you know, the way I look at it, it's all about partnership globally. And if you want to impact the culture in the US or Europe, and I've been spending a lot of time overseas, that you need the people that understand those markets. So, of course, I want to have my people, I can't say the names yet, but I'm in talks with some really incredible creatives from here and from around Africa that are going to be able to help tell the story, whether visually or creative directing it, or just to create the story, so we're all part of it. But again, I'm very passionate about Africa, but we also need partnerships, wherever we want to do it.
You know, Tresor's asked me to play Tresor in the movie, so I need to bulk up a little bit. My brother, stand up and do your thing. Your name first, eh?
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Vitora Mina Ikaraos Kwakwa, and I'm from the most hidden area in Johannesburg, Ivory Park.
That's not hidden. I'm from there.
Serious?
Extension 2, ngase Holweni.
Who are you?
Ngase Stadium.
Okay.
What do you mean? It's not hidden.
I don't know you.
It's not hidden.
Okay, sorry. I
You're
do
right.
know you. I'm kidding. I'm just gonna complain and have a question. All right. Can I complain to you and ask a question?
My brother, go ahead.
Oh, okay, yeah. Like I had an altercation with my employers, so I just lost my main source of income by coming here. Like we had an argument about that. I decided to come by force. So like that's the complaint. Right. The question is. Tsepo Tshola, we kgopela gore le nghire le mphe 500 every month le ga gona Ke di ntho engwe le engwe e nka kgonang ho e dira.
Ka 500 rand.
Ee.
Ka 2019.
Awa.
500 rand.
Nke re jwale ke a hore ke kgone ho tla mo every time ke be mobile nyana le nna.
Excuse me. Tibos.
Elba.
Thomas Uwe.
Elder.
He's my son, by the way.
Yes.
My brother, don't go looking for a job. Create a job.
Ooh.
Whether you start selling peanuts, just you must know what to sell and where. You know what I mean? Go to school, you know bagata magwinya le acha. Somehow yes gele da we make it magwinya le acha. Create your own business. That is the best way we can do it. I mean, right now, look, South Africa is looking, I mean, the people are crying, unemployment. You know what I mean? It's about time we stop looking for jobs and create our own jobs. We can, you know? Maybe if you bought a capital, okay, you bought $1,000, it's a stock. You know what I mean? If you are serious. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we must get out of this complaining business.
Yep.
We complain too much. You know, let's do things ourselves, please.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Africa belongs to us all. You know, it's not a South Africa problem. It's not a Lesotho problem. It's not a Botswana problem. It's an African problem that we need to work hard on it.
True.
Look for create your own job, my brother.
Tresor, I don't know why he asked you about his job or complained to you about his job, but okay, you guys can talk.
My thing is always, man, like I have a strong belief in purpose. Like you don't have to be hard on yourself, but get on a journey to find your purpose. And when you do it, just be committed to it. It's not easy. It's never going to be easy. No one said it's going to be easy. But brother, you're going to find happiness and remuneration from it.
Amen.
Also, respect goes a long way. Don't be looking at somebody, who are you? That was not funny.
Sure,
that was my first impression of you. Had you asked me to give you the $500 for the job, I would have said no, because of the first impression. So be mindful of your first impressions, because that might impact you in the long run. Thank you.
Thank you, Pearlie. What's your name, my brother? Go ahead.
Afternoon, everyone. My name is Tsepo Tshola, and I have a question for Tsepo Tshola. As a person who's been like 50 years in the industry, I wanted to know what are the key elements for longevity. How do you sustain a long career in the music industry?
I wish I had the medicine, the medication for that. But for me, I think it starts with the love. It starts with the love of what you're doing, the commitment of what you're doing, you know, and the passion of what you are doing. You have to want it to get it, you know. Otherwise, there is no special medicine, you know, no special solution of longevity. You know what I mean? You do it, you create it yourself, you know. A lot of people read books, but they don't learn nothing. You know? Start learning from yourself. You are a special book the world is waiting to read.
Oh, come on. Kaipinde tata man. Kaipinde tata man.
You are a special book the world is waiting to read.
Yes. If you're on Facebook at the moment, we spoke about it earlier on. I'm sure you'll struggle to see them, but the shoes you was talking about, yeah, I know he's invested in nice shoes, Shema. Shakbona! Shakbona! My sister, please stand up and your name first.
Hi, everybody. I'm Amo Soul Singer. On all social media handles, please follow me. I have Amo. Yeah. Trying to lobby followers. Okay, my real name is Amohelang Mutlotsani. I'm Amo Soul Singer. I have a question for Tresor, and then the second one, either Tate can answer it or Tresor. Tresor, first of all, I just want to find out, you moving from DRC on foot through crocodile-infested rivers. What made you not want to stand in front of a road and just let a car hit you? What made you see beyond the pain? And then the second one, so I'm sure you kind of got a sense of when you are about to break out as an artist or when you're about to pop. During those times when you could see that, okay, I think my name is getting out there, my song is starting to play on radio, how did you, how can I put it, what did you do to finance yourself? What was your source of income? Because were you always doing security in that type of, how did you survive in between that moment when you made it and just before? I don't know if I'm making sense.
You are.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Amor, for the question. First of all, for me, we all on personal journeys, man, and you have to appreciate and be in presence of your journey. You really have to appreciate it. Be it the rough patches, be it the really super high or super lows, you really have to embrace it. And I had to learn that very young. I really struggled with telling my family what I was doing when I came to South Africa, because I felt like it was like me becoming a man, and it had nothing with them for me to tell them. So I had to like go through my own process on my own. And no, I never had any idea of ending my journey, or I just, every day what really kept me going was the idea and this small grain of hope that it might be better tomorrow. And so every day I keep pushing the wall. Every day, even when I'm sick, when I'm tired, I keep doing and making steps to make sure I push the wall a little bit back. And I mean, Tate also can answer this, but I'm just gonna tell you a little bit about everyday living, what trying to chase your dreams. Man, don't have no pride about your dreams. Like, put the pride aside. I did the most craziest jobs, man. Like, I laugh about it now because like some of them are friends, but I used to like capture, like I'll sit with business cards like in a massive plastic bag and just type the name, the cell phone number, and email for like weeks. Drove me mad. And I did a whole bunch of jobs, be it cleaning people's houses, be waitering, which I obviously don't appreciate because you get treated badly for food, you know. But treasure your journey and do whatever that you can at that time. Like, everything is a step toward your dream. Just because you're a car guard today, or you're a security guard today, or you're a waiter today, or you're cleaning people's houses today, does not mean you're going to be there for a long time. You're going to have a game plan. Everything I ever did, whether I got 1,000 rand or 2,000 rand, I went back to I don't know if anyone from Durban here, there is a place called Albert Park in Durban. It's pretty run down in town. They used to have this crazy internet cafe, and I spent 50 or 60% of my salary there because I always want to understand how the game works. So I read, I prepared myself, and I could only afford that because I did all those odd jobs. In essence, my career was funded by all those odd jobs that I did.
Here's the thing, Tresor, as soon as you said, anybody from Durban here, one hand went like this. I saw you. I saw you. Be proud, girl, Durban. Come on now. Tsepo, you know, I've been watching you closely as Tresor speaks. Like, you watch him intently, like you are fascinated by this young man. Why are you so inspired by him? Just every word he speaks, and that you're catching everything from him. What is it about him that you like?
He's got an amazing story. And I can relate to that because I come from extreme pain in my journey. Some of it's just a long story. But what fascinates me about this young man is the will to move on. That, you know, he wanted this. That's why he's got it.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you.
We got a question on the floor. Please stand up and give us your name first.
Sanbonane.
Just speak up, my brother.
Sanbonane, Kamala Mutabo Akhateb. Ngicela ukubuza na baba. Kakhulu when it comes to the live music, because I do work with live bands. And I see right now everything is moving to digital, and even the media houses are ignoring to promote the live bands. So what is it that you as a legend, or maybe the industry gurus, are doing to revive that spirit of African sound and the live music? Thanks.
I don't know whether it's our department as elders, but all I can say is that we need to balance yesterday and today to make every day more fruitful to us. Today you take a computer, you take a laptop, you press a few buttons, you've got a beat. You call yourself a producer. You go out there, you dance, you find somebody else, goes up. You call yourself a professional artist. We started with a hammer and a nail and a gong. Because you are tired, then you've got the kakang. And I'm just trying to say we need that balance. We need that balance. And life is about a balance. You know what I mean? There's no good without bad. There's no bad without good. You know what I mean? Learn from your yesterday. You know, your yesterday's pain is your today's joy. You know, so I believe we need to balance things up. You know, like Tresor, you know, I'm really fascinated by this young man.
Yes.
You know, he's awesome. Well done, son.
Well done, son.
Well done.
Go ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. So basically, my question is directed at you, Tresor. So what I would like to know is, coming from wherever that you come from, and then you come to SA, and then in pursuit of your music career and all of that, here's the reality. There's so many of us out here who are trying to get into this music business, but you don't know where to start. So my question to you is, where did you start from coming to South Africa with no demo, starting from one song and then your songs playing on radio? Like, what did you do?
Thank you so much. I didn't get your name, brother. Matthew. Nice meeting you, man. Look, man, first of all, I always tell people, man, everything starts at the source. The source is in passion for the music. When you look after the music, everything looks after itself. It's a hard thing to tell any artist, but you gotta find your sonic identity before the world can relate to you. You're gonna find yourself, like you're gonna come into how a woman grows and become this beautiful flower, and how a man grows and become this incredible guy. You gotta be that musically before the world can be able to relate. And the world knows. That's when people break. You get it? So for me, it's a journey. First, you gotta put in a lot of work as an artist, because man, I don't get excited about record labels and contracts. I really don't. You know why? Because it's only exciting when they actually result. So many artists get shelved, you get signed, exciting, you're super talented, and never be released for 6-10 years. So many that I know. So for me, man, look after the music, really. And once that step is done, start knocking on doors. I knocked on so many doors, man. I can't even begin to tell you. But what's funny, though, my English was so bad, so bad, that every time people used to cut my calls. Now, there's some people now are managing directors, pretty much all the biggest record labels in South Africa, and now we're sitting on board of directors together for a big organization, be it Sampra or other things. But I used to knock on the doors then, but now I'm on the table, and all I had to do was look after the music, and everything came afterwards. You get what I mean? So for me, man, look after the music, polish it, and always be kind. You know, because of course nobody owes anybody anything, really. Yeah, man, the music, and when you're ready with it, hopefully you can send 1,000 demos. You just need one person to believe. One. And that is thought.
Oh, Tresor.
So, sorry, Thomas. Thank you for that, Tresor. I
right.
think what Matthew wants to know really is what you did.
What I did.
Did you
Okay,
post
should I
something
tell
on
you?
Facebook?
Let me give you the
Did you
download.
speak to somebody
Okay,
who hooked
let-
you up? You know,
okay.
those practical examples, right?
Okay,
What you actually
okay,
did.
let me give you the download. Okay. So many factors, so many dots are connected. It's not just one straight path. My biggest passion I write songs. I write for low artists. I've written for Zahara. I write for idols. I still write for The Voice and all competitions because I'm passionate about publishing and copyright, right? So when I realized that nobody was opening doors for me as an artist, I started writing songs and hanging at studios. And few people, rest in peace, Robbie Malinga and Mjalefa Tebe that produced Zahara, gave me the first ever chance to write for Zahara. Man, I was nobody, man. I was nothing. I was a waiter at Pavilion in Durban, and I resigned at work for 2 weeks to go sit at the studio to see if they could sing any of my songs. Funny enough, they sang 2 songs, and I made my first money, actually my first 100K ever from that record, and I toured with her. And from there, eventually won a competition as a songwriter of Rolling Stone magazine and won another prize of Holiday Inn and started becoming slightly busy. So I started looking for managers. And I got introduced to a few managers. And for the first time, I bought my little car to move around from the money I made from the Zahara tour. I went to see my family for the first time in 6 years, but because before that I couldn't afford it. So shout out to Zahara. And when I came back, I remember, you know African families, man, black tax, you know what I mean? So I came back, man, I was broke. I had like 3 grand in my account. And I remember I used to see this beautiful girl in Durban. I told her, man, I feel like I'm going to go overseas and I'm going to do great things overseas. So I'm going to go apply for an American visa. At that time, it was like 2 grand in Durban. I didn't have no bank account or with money and stuff. And I don't know how I did it, and I got like a 10-year visa, which I never used until 2 years ago. But anyway, the whole thing was like me just taking faith. Like I was making steps of faith. Man, the most underrated skill in life is intuition. You gotta feel it, man. Like when you feel something, man, listen to that voice and do with it. Like, it's crazy, because a lot of people think I'm crazy. Like, my friends always thought I was crazy. My family, like when you feel something, man, go and do it. Like, don't doubt it. Like, go and do it. Yeah. With all your heart, with all your might, all your strength, and always do it good. Never settle. Not halfway, not, okay. Do it so good, man. Like, do it so good. And if you fail the first time, do it 1,000,000 times until you get it good. You get what I mean? So, just to go back on the visa, so I got the visa, right? And I was left with like small money. And I remember being like, yo, man, I'm so broken. I'm I was getting sick with malaria because I just came from Congo. And I was like, well, I need to start recording an album. I don't know where the idea came from. To be honest, I don't know. I just said, I need to record an album. I have less than 2 grand though. You get what I mean? So I went to people and friends. I'm like, oh, man, this is what I'm doing. There were a few studios in the neighborhood in Westville, if anybody knows, in Durban. And someone gave me a small room where I can record in. So I got a 16-year-old programmer engineer, because I've always gotten money from waitering, 15 grand there, and I paid people, and nobody ever understood my sound because it was very strange and different. So I told myself I'm going to take the control of it and shape it how I want, and I want to take time and learn it. So me and that kid, Tyron Woods, he literally listened to me. I played the guitars, and he engineered for me, and I produced the first ever song for me called Mount Everest. That song, I remember telling him, I'm like, man, I hope people overseas can listen to this song. Well, they better do. I hope they listen to it. And I started sending that song around to managers, so contacts. So that's why being in places like this is very important. You get to meet a lot of exciting people. You might send a mail, as I said, 1,000 times, but one person needs to listen to. So I sent that song out. And at that time, a manager that used to manage AKA came back to me like, yo, man, I love this song. Can we work? I'm like, sure, but I just want the collaboration. How much it's going to be? Like, no, man, I want to work with you, right? That demo that was not mixed, made it on charts in Cape Town. I don't know how. in Heart FM and KFM, that demo. Within few months, the song was mixed, aka jumped on remix. That song got discovered in Europe somewhere. Someone saw it on YouTube and went #1 in Italy. Within months, right? And if we have to go back, it all starts with the music. Of course, you gotta network. Of course, you gotta make the right moves. But everything started on how I wanted to shape the sound and how I wanted to move. Man, from there, it sounds crazy even when I say it myself. I've released 3 albums in 3 years since I broke out as an artist. 1 best pop album for every album because I shaped the sound how I want to see it. And most importantly, I stay in touch with my vision and my passion, which I think is very important as an artist. In fact, not just an artist, as a businessman, with everything, man. Always stay in touch with what you want to do, your vision. Don't derail, man. A boy's got to be focused, and nothing can disturb the boy.
Sure,
All right.
Tresor. Matthew, I hope you got something there, no? I just want to go back to my brother in the corner there. What Pearl said to you, Joe. Do you know in this industry that you're trying to get into, we are all freelancers. Do you know what a freelancer lives like? Nothing is guaranteed. So what Pearl was saying to you about your humility, Usaqala Joe in this business saying, who are you? Those words must never come out of your mouth ever again, my brother. Like Tresor's talking about, it's about relationships, partnerships, learning from people. And who's tall, let me say it in English. Humble yourself, my brother. We got a question there. Your name first?
Okay, good afternoon all. My name is Roland Impofu. I write for the Sunday Independent newspaper. My interest has been always about, the artists who die poor. So I want you to tell us, say you die tomorrow, should you die tomorrow? Can you assure us that in terms of your financial plannings and stuff, won't we see some headlines saying that they dies poor?
God forbid. I mean,
Okay.
forgive him.
Okay, ladies, to you, Tresor. To me, you come across as someone who's humble, like you, the way you carry yourself. Just tell us, like in terms of being humble, how does that work with you to build relationships, especially in the music business? Because some artists, we have interviewed a lot of artists, you find that artist will come 30 minutes and the way he behaves, it's like he's this
Style.
Yeah, so just tell us about that, how would that work?
Sure, my brother.
Very good questions.
Let's start with the title.
One thing I can promise you is that you won't see no news when I die. There will be no news about me not having a coffin. Not because I have all the money in the world. I invested in people, and people that matter in my life. You don't just invest with money and money does not work for you. Money must work for you. So I can promise you one thing, you'll never hear news like that because even my friends, my children, my colleagues, they would kill you if you're going to publish Tsepo Tshola dying poor. No way. It won't happen. I promise you.
Thank you, Tata.
Thank you. Man, I'm sorry, but we've been having crazy stories in that we've been saying. I was very close with Brahu, and he reminded me so much of him. And the wild stories that he used to say. So it's really such an honor to be here today. To go back to your question, man, look, I just feel like as human beings, we're all going through our own emotional journeys all the time. That's why I think, kindness is a key word. Kindness is the plot. Be kind. Doesn't matter with who, be respectful. Again, brother, just be kind, man. And you got to engrave it in who you are. It doesn't matter you're an artist. It doesn't matter you work on the street. It doesn't matter. It really, before I'm a musician, I want to be a great human being. I really want to be like, for me, that's what I strive for. I'd rather be a good musician and a great human being, because for me, that's more important, because at the end of the day, the light fades, the fame fades, our bones become rocky and old, and, you know, like human beings, you know, I mean, I'm sure a lot of you guys know, like, you know, you have musicians and actors and people that are really celebrated and beautiful and famous, and over time, other people come, and those people also go, and other people come. So for me, it's like, it's vanity, really, to think too highly of yourself than others. We are all here. I do music for a living, but it's what I'm passionate about, but my value does not depend on what I do. I really value people and the relationships and the interaction more than everything that comes with what I do.
Your name first, my brother?
My name is Tsepo Tshola. My question actually, it goes around the fact that we normally would have a problem with the middleman. Your managers, the studio, and other people who surround around the same umbrella. So, what's more advisable for me as an artist to think about when it comes to either cutting out the middleman? Am I going to be able to succeed or to survive the steep hill of this industry, trying to go out there on my own, knocking every day, or do I need the assistance of someone who is popular at a specific area or institution? What is it that should I always look at?
Nice
Can I make it on my own?
Nice.
Yeah, man. Middleman. Hashtag middleman must go, must fall. Hey, damn, I'm getting there. Huh? Son, like Tresor said earlier, believe in yourself. It starts with you. I grew up thinking that the next person must approve of how good I am or how right I am. That's the most horrible mistake you can ever do to yourself. Believe in yourself first, you know, because they will take an advantage of you. Man, I went through, even simple cockroaches took an advantage of me. You know? From record companies, from managers and all of this. Middlemen, no way. Identify yourself with people that love you. They will take you where you want to go.
Thank you, sir. Just to add on what Tata said, man, you gotta know one thing though, man. Entrepreneurship is no child play. It's a cardio, it's a hard exercise. So when you decide to go on your route and cut the middle, man, all the weight falls on you, right? So you gotta understand, as Tsepo said, it's almost, you are not employed by anybody, you're employed by yourself and also the people around you. So, you know, for me, like as I said, you're gonna identify the people that love you. So that could be a friend, could be a brother, could be a genuine person that really cares. But always keep your business in your hand. Don't be very, it's okay, I don't want to deal with finance, I don't want to deal with invoices, I don't like, take time in your week to go through things, take time to learn, make effort to understand what it's all business about. So it's all depends what you decide, but also the people around you are very important, like Tata said, like choose the right people around you, take time also with it. Like after I finished my first manager, man, I took like 2-3 years and I went to like tens of meetings with people, like take time. Take time.
Moreover, we are living in a manipulative world. So manipulative, my brother. Be manipulative. But in a good way. They will come, they will sneak to you nicely, keep your robes. You know? Immediately they jump, kick. You know what I'm saying? Because we are living in a world of the bad people. You know, there are bad people. That is why we pray every day to ask God to help these bad people who are always sneaking, looking for an advantage to get through to what you have. You know? I still have lots of people who are still going through that. But this time I said, I'm too old to regret anything right now. You know what I mean? You don't mess with me. Because you mess with me, I'm going to mess with you. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to brew war, but I am saying you must protect yourself. You know, and protect yourself for all the people that love you dearly. Because these evil people will come with a smile. You understand? And all the geniuses that they can come. Boo, 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 tap this, tap that. You know what I'm saying? Watch them. Don't stop them if they are bad, because they might kill you before you touch them. Give them time, but be on your toes at all times. And associate yourself with genuine people that will give you support. You must always have an eye somewhere, have an ear somewhere, because you are a special person.
You know, Pretty, please don't judge me, ne? Guys, please don't judge me.
Oh boy, here we go.
When Utadu Tsepo said, and I took it literally, hey, they took advantage of me, even the cockroaches. So I saw ending. Ufunani wena ba? Eh, ufunani? Eh? Usela. Unfortunately, on Facebook, we're out of time. It's time for us to say thank you very much to the legend, living legend. We bow down to you, Tsepo Tshola. We say thank you. We're inspired by his story, the one and only Tresor. And on that note, make sure that you check out the Facebook page. You know, Old Mutual, thank you for this. This is our second last one. We've got one more in November. Keep it locked to Metro. We'll find out all about it. Thank you for coming. Tata, thank you.
May we ask John Manyike from Old Mutual to please join us on stage? Can we have everybody seated, please, just so he can have the last
Sorry,
word?
John, chums.
I think you are still concentrating on the cockroaches. Lots of cockroaches. Wow. Guys, I don't know if you heard what I heard. I think what we've heard today, trust me, is life-changing. If you're a young person and you have this aspiration of becoming an artist or becoming something, whatever it is, I think they've given us a lot of nuggets. Firstly, let's give them another big round of applause. You know, I sat there and I listened to every little detail. And I assure you, I think if all of us can apply the principles we've learned today, we are going somewhere. So my role is to thank everyone for having come through. But also just to summarize, really, I think from an Old Mutual perspective. Because you will find that in everything else that they've said, Jesus, there's something about, for example, he's a Tresor. I'm pronouncing it very well. Let me correct. Where is he? He's gone now. Yeah, okay. He spoke about generational wealth. But then if you look at his journey and where he started, you will realize that if you didn't have the passion, if you didn't have the commitment, you wouldn't get to where he got to. I mean, I used to think it's a theory, this thing about crocodiles. Until he said it, I said, hey, this crocodile thing is real, Mos. Because I thought it's just a joke that apparently you take a piece of meat, you put it in front, and the crocodile keeps swimming. Okay, maybe I'm dramatizing it. The reality is that there are crocodiles. Yeah? So I think everything else they've said is what we need to build generational wealth. He spoke about purpose. So the reason a lot of people struggle in life and they feel that they're not going anywhere is because they have not found that purpose. They say if purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. So we're learning from these legends that you need to understand your purpose. Even with money, you must understand what is the purpose of money. A lot of us don't know what is the purpose of money. We think money is just something to buy, and it ends there. But it's much bigger than that. It's much deeper than that. So understand your purpose in life. Be committed to whatever it is that you're believing in. I also like what Tsepo said about you are a book the world is waiting to read. That talks to potential. That means in every single one of us, there is a potential deposited in us. And it's really up to us and how we unleash that. Well, I was also humbled by all the different odd jobs that Tresor did. The fact that at one stage, he was a gardener. At one stage, he was a security guard in the evening, but during the day, he was a car guard. But it also made me appreciate that actually car guard is not a bad job. Okay, you'll understand why I'm saying what I'm saying. You know, a car guard, they greet you. When you respond, you are in arrears. That's why a lot of people, when they are greeted by a car guard, they don't respond because they know that when they come back, they must handle the invoice. But on a serious note, I think it's about the fact that he was hustling. So even with you as a young person, you know, there's nothing wrong with hustling. You know, don't be too selective. Some of us, because we are too selective, we think, no, I'm going to be this one day, and you are waiting for that big break. But you are ignoring any other opportunity because some of these careers were funded by these odd jobs, and so on. And I also respect what Tsepo said, that there's nothing he didn't do under the face of the sun. But he's learned from those mistakes. So mistakes or a failure is not the end. It simply means you've discovered another way that can cause failure. So therefore, let's move on. So even with our money, let's be focused with that. Some of us, we are in Gauteng. At home, they believe that we've come here to study and so on. Please stay focused on that goal. Stay focused on that goal that actually brought you here. So I want to close in saying that please keep coming, keep following any information that that is available about M Studios. These are very important conversations that South Africa needs. And I think let's continue to have these conversations. And this is really what this is about. Let's help everybody to create generational wealth and so on. But again, remember, if you want to become a proper VIP here, there's a desk in the corner there. So that black card enables you to access other parts that other people won't be able to access. If you don't have that card, it means you'll just be sitting in the extra strong all the time when you come here. So if you want VIP treatment, go to that corner there. They will give you details on how to access the infrastructure and some of the facilities up here. Now, lastly, we're going to have an opportunity to do a quick meet and greet, but only for 10 minutes. But we're going to ask security to come and help us so that we have a bit of order. But please, let's bear with them. It's been a long day. I'm sure they're also exhausted. Let's be orderly, and then you'll have a quick moment to take a few pictures here and there, and then that will be the end. On that note, okay, maybe before I say that, I'm going to ask maybe security to come closer, because once I put the mic down, that order might be a compromise. Can I ask at least, so please, I'm going to ask that we at least make a queue and do it orderly, but after 10 minutes, please, let's bear with them. And thank you very much. Give yourself a big round of applause.